Welcome to the Namakwa Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We are glad you are here. This is a come as you are congregation, and you are welcome here just as you are. I want to extend a special welcome to any visitors. We would love to stay connected, so please sign up for our communications at the main entrance. Here at Namakwa UU, we foster a beloved community that celebrates diversity, strives for peace and justice, acts mindfully for the good of the planet, and inspires spiritual growth for a free and loving search for truth and meaning. We honor the ground we walk upon and acknowledge this land as the traditional and ancestral homeland of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute nations and peoples. We recognize and honor indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and vow to reconcile the deep wounds that still shape our world today. Okay, announcements. At 2 p.m. today, we will celebrate and honor the life of Carolyn McCarter. At 7 p.m. tonight, please join us for our Interfaith Transgender Day of Remembrance. Next Sunday, November 26th, Kathy Hartman will lead a service with a collage of your voices on the theme of generosity. The holiday healing service is Thursday, November 30th at 7:30 p.m. Please note, the time has changed from 7 p.m. to 7:30. If you have a brief personal joy or sorrow you would like to share in today's service but do not want to come forward to the mic, please write it down on a piece of paper to be collected by the ushers during the offering. There is paper at the welcome table. Please take note of all of the other events happening this week and this month on the calendar and your printed order of service. And many thanks to everyone involved in today's service.
Good morning, my friends. It's a joy to see you all this morning. And happy Thanksgiving. I share with you this reading by Becky Edmonston Lang, Reverend Becky Edmonston Lang. In our bones lies the calcium of antediluvian creatures, and in our veins courses the water of the seas. We are a part of all that ever was. I don't know about you, but that just kind of blows my mind. But it's true. We are part of all that ever was. Born of this earth, riders upon a cosmic ocean. We are not separate from nature. We are nature. Part of that same spirit that turned scales into feathers and birdsong into speech. We live by the sun, we move by the stars, we eat from the earth, we drink from the rain. O great Spirit, help us know who we are and fill us with such love for this holy creation and gratitude for this awesome gift we call living, that we might claim our inheritance and live out our calling to bless the world and each other with our love and care. Amen, and may it be so. Come, my friends, let us worship together. Please join with me in sharing our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its call. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. I invite you now to turn and share the spirit of love by greeting those around you. This is the all hell breaks loose moment.
Yes. Good.
Yeah, I love it. I invite us to rise, embody your spirit, and join together in singing For the Beauty of the Earth. Well, now is the time for our story for all ages, our wisdom story. So I invite anyone who identifies as a child to please come forward and join me. It doesn't matter what age you are. I consider myself a child. So if you feel like joining me, oh, awesome. Good morning. Awesome. So good to see you guys. Oh, great. Let's sit. You want to sit with me? Okay. Anybody else? Okay. I have a question for you. I know you just think you're getting a story today, but that's not quite the way it works today. Do you love it when you get something for free? Yeah. Yeah. Can you think of anything that you've gotten for free lately, maybe? Or even in the past? Maybe breakfast? Did you have to pay for your breakfast today? I don't know. Okay, just checking. Okay. What about each breath that you take? Do you have to pay for that breath? Yeah. You do? How much do you pay?
Energy to input.
Oh, oh, right. I don't know if you, okay, I don't know if you, here, I'm gonna take my mic. I don't know if you can hear what he said. Oh, no, I can't do that. Okay, all right. So he said that he has to pay with it by the energy it takes to breathe in and to breathe out. So, very good answer. You're a clever one, I know. Okay, but you didn't have to pay money for it, right? And yet, could you live without it? Hmm. And where does that energy come from that you have to use in order to breathe? Food. Did you pay for your food? You might have. No? Kind of. Your parents did? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you could have grown it in your garden, perhaps. There you go. You do grow some in your garden. Yeah. So I find it really fascinating that there is like only one little protozoa that they've ever identified that doesn't actually breathe to be alive. Other than that, every living thing on the planet has to breathe. Isn't that kind of mind-blowing? And we need to tend the plants in our garden, but it doesn't necessarily cost us anything to grow a garden. Well, I know, in modern times, but you know, in old times, compost was pretty free. Yeah. And if you still have horses, then they still are. Well, anyhow. So even today, when you buy food in the grocery store, it is still grown by the earth, right? And the sun and the moon and hard work by people. Even the meat that we eat is grown by and on the earth. Yes? Yeah. When someone is generous to you and you give and gives you something, what do you naturally say? Trick question. Oh! Maybe the general response might be, thank you. There you go. Oh, okay, very good. Yes, for humans. Well, and I think for maybe plants and animals, would you say? I think that might be the key to what we're missing here. So that's what native traditions call reciprocity. Reciprocity. You want to try that word out? Reciprocity? Yeah, exactly. So if the earth and the sun together give you life by giving you air to breathe and water to drink and food to eat, what should we say to the sun and the moon and the earth? Thank you. With just our mind? By the way, well, what do you think? That's a good question. Do we do it just in our mind? In our culture, we might. But in native traditions, they go out of their way to say thank you for every little thing, even each breath you take. Is that a different way of living? It would be for most of us. So I have another question for you. Are you related to the fish? Yes, he's right. How about an eagle? And a cow? Yeah. And a snake? Yeah. An algae. An algae? Then all of them. Every little protozoa, every little, yeah, you bet. Even viruses. Mm-hmm. Okay. At the very first Thanksgiving, when the white English colonists were giving thanks, they were thanking God for all the plants and animals that they were able to eat. But the native people saw all the plants and animals as their relatives, and they were thanking them for giving their life to become their food. This is a very important difference. Many native people refer to plants and animals as their brothers and sisters. Oh, Brother Tomato, thank you for your generous fruit. Or is it sister? I'm not sure on that one. So if you understand that you're related to all living things, which science shows us to be true, right? Then perhaps we should thank all our animal and plant relatives for giving their lives to us to eat and for us to live. And that is the reciprocation, yes. There is a tradition, a budding tradition of planting a tree over where you're buried so that you are reciprocating. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So the Haudenosaunee tribe, you can practice saying that one with me. It looks like this, but it's pronounced Haudenosaunee. Haudenosaunee? Yeah, Haudenosaunee. The Haudenosaunee tribe were the first people to greet the colonists and to have Thanksgiving with them. And that tribe says a Thanksgiving address every day, every morning, thanking all the living things and all the elements for being part of the world and for giving each of us life. They call these words the words that come before all else. What are the most important words that you know? Please and thank you. Nice. And that gets close to this. Words that come before all else. These are the most important words. And being thankful for how they give back to for how they're able to breathe, and by being thankful, they're giving back in that reciprocity relationship. So that's the key piece that's missing. When somebody gives you something, you're not in relationship with it or with them until you reciprocate by saying thank you. And the earth is giving you life. Every breath you take, should we not say thank you? With every breath. Yeah. Some words are cheap. Yeah. So think it and mean it. I agree with you. Thank you. I'm going to be talking about Pine Ridge Indian Reservation today and my time up there. And one of the things that they taught me is, I just was hanging out with this guy named Jeff, and I got him a glass of water. And the first thing he did was pour a little bit on the ground. I was like, why did you do that? He said, I'm giving back to the earth a bit of what I just received. I'm giving it back in gratitude, in reciprocity. That's that relationship. So you can turn anything into a ritual of gratitude. So maybe you can tell me what you come up with next time. Sound good? All right. All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you. I appreciate the conversation. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thank you.
The Chalice of Our Being by Richard Gilbert. Each morning we must hold out the chalice of our being to receive, to carry, and give back. Dag Himmelskjold. Each morning we hold out our chalice of being to be filled with the graces of life that abound, air to breathe, food to eat, companions to love, beauty to behold, art to cherish, causes to serve. They come in ritual possession, these gifts of life. Whether we deserve them, we cannot know or say, for they are poured out for us. Our task is to hold steady the chalice of our being. We carry the chalice with us as we go. either meandering aimlessly or with the destination in our eye. We share its abundance if we have any sense, reminding others as we remind ourselves of the contents of the chalice we don't deserve. Water from living streams fills it, only if we hold it out faithfully. We give back, if we can, something of ourselves, some love, some beauty, some grace, some gift. We give back in gratitude, if we can, something like what is poured into our chalice of being. For those who abide with us and will follow, each morning we hold out the chalice of our being to receive, to carry, to give back. We light this chalice for the gift of life that flows into us and through us into the world.
Thank you, Alan.
You're welcome.
Each week, you support the work of this congregation and all the ways that we live our values in the world. In addition to your support, we give half of our donations to a local nonprofit organization, helping us to make a difference beyond our walls. In November and December, our donations support Habitat for Humanity. Any of you ever done any work with Habitat for Humanity? Yeah, I figured we had some folks. Habitat for Humanity is a nonprofit organization that helps families build and improve places that they call home. We believe affordable housing plays a critical role in strong and stable communities. So please, my friends, give generously. Thank you. I just want to say a side note as we begin our offering. I was on the Habitat for Humanity website, and they are starting to use 3D printing to build houses. It's super cool. Yeah, you might want to check out their website.
Raise your hand if you feel blessed living in the state of Colorado. Did all the hands go up? I would think so. Mother Nature has been very generous to us all around the world, but some of her best work she reserved for the state of Colorado. This song is a love song to Mother Earth, and it's called Love Surrounds Us, and it has a chorus that I would like to teach you for a moment because I'd love to hear your voices join us during the chorus. It goes like this. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us every day. Ready? Love surrounds us. Oh, love surrounds us. Love surrounds us every day. Thank you for inviting me to bring you some music this morning. I always love to play for you. Love surrounds us. Rivers and valleys and mountains grand, formed in wisdom and made by hand. Love surrounds us every day. Dancing shadows and sunshine bright, glory of the morning and the peace of night. Love surrounds us every day. As the balmy breezes lightly play, hear the choirs of gladness. Fill the earth with love each day. Melt away our sadness. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us every day. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us every day. Song of the ocean, smile of the flower, every motion I can feel the power. Love surrounds us every day. Blossom pure, garments white, one day we will see the light. Love surrounds us every day. Yeah, love surrounds us every day. The moment you believe it, paradise is open wide. Anytime you need it, love surrounds us. Yeah, love surrounds us. Yeah, love surrounds us every day. Yeah, love surrounds us. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us every day. Come taste the sweet, sweet honey that's dripping from the brand new day. Lift your troubles to the sky and watch them fly away. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us every day. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us every day. Yeah, love surrounds us. Love surrounds us. Love surrounds us every day. One more time. Love surrounds us. Yeah, love surrounds us. Love surrounds us every day. Every day. Thank you to Ryan.
Love surrounds us every day. Wow, what a beautiful song, Herb. Thank you. And that love is gathering around us now as we hold each other with our joys and our sorrows. Wow, I'm so touched by that song. It's just fabulous. Thank you. We have an amazing community, don't we? Wow. And you're a great blessing to it. So I invite you to come forward if you have a brief. Oh, I'm completely ahead of myself, aren't I? You know, I do that sometimes. Okay. Actually, we're receiving the offering in case there are some comments in there. I don't know if there were any comments in there. Okay. I really enjoy doing our joys and concerns this way. So thank you for all of the gifts that you give this community and all the ways that you share. And if you ever do have a joy or concern, thank you that you want to write down, because not all of us are extroverts and like to be in front of microphones. Please remember you can do that now, and it's a great way to share. So now, if you have any joys or concerns that you would like to share that are brief and personal, not announcements, but things that are going on in your life, we are here to hold you as your community. So please, yeah. Are you going to mention Mim? Are you going to mention? Yeah, okay, thanks.
Speaking of a wonderful community, I don't know if Mim's on Zoom at all, but Mim has been in Medical Center of the Rockies and kind of waiting to find out what's next in her life. And I just got a text from her son this morning that she's going to Good Samaritan for rehab and then hopefully getting an apartment there also. And I know she really, really appreciates all that everybody has done to cheer her up, bring her chocolate, and all the other good things that have been going on. So thank you.
Yay. Mim, we hold you with our love and send you our love during this time of challenging transition. Thank you, Kathy.
I'm Marion, and I have two sorrows that are kind of making this Thanksgiving a little tougher. One is my ex-husband, who is still a good friend, who suffered through cancer and had chemo and then was fine, cancer-free during the summer. His cancer has returned, and chemo is giving him a hard time right now. And the other is my niece's husband, who is just in his 50s, and they have 2 kids in college. He just had a massive stroke earlier this week, and they don't know if he's going to be all right or if he's going to make it. So we're just kind of waiting to see.
We hold you with our love. With our love.
It is with sincere gratitude that the surgeons that saved my middle bonus daughter's life on Friday morning, the appendix in her body was bursting and the threat of going sepsis was there, but the surgeon removed it in time. She's alive, she's healthy, and she's convalescing, and my husband is with her right now, which is the best tonic ever. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, good, good. We hold them and you in our hearts, Tam. Yeah, may she continue to recover well. As you heard earlier, we do have the memorial service today for Carolyn McCarter, her family in our hearts with love at this time of loss.
I just experienced a bucket list moment this morning with my 2 little boys. They are both sick, which is why they're not here today, but I love crafting and sewing and doing these things, and I was downstairs making a little advent calendar, and the oldest came downstairs and said, "Oh, I want to make a bracelet," and he just got out all the supplies, and he just sat there, and we just beaded and made bracelets, and I turned on some Christmas music, and it just felt like I walked out of the house today to come here, and I just felt so grateful that all the work and all the hopes and all the miracles that had to happen to make that little moment happen, and I just wanted to give my gratitude for that moment.
Awesome. Thank you. We hold you in our hearts for moments of magic and miracles. Thank you. So beautiful. Great. Katie.
We have one on Zoom.
I'm not hearing the mic.
I know. This one goes to the Zoomers. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this is from Lynn Marie Alex. She says, I am joyful and thankful to have my mother, Mary, back with us after her trip to the East Coast. She turned 101 in September and attends Namakwa when she can.
Wow. Hello, Alex and Mary. Happy birthday. And we hold you both in our hearts. I look forward again to seeing you again soon. When they're here, they often sit right up here so you can greet them. Good. Any others? Okay. So my friends, I invite us to settle into our breath, turning inward, as we hold once again in our hearts our own joys and sorrows and all that is happening in our own lives. As we breathe in and breathe out, breathing in and breathing out, and so settling into this present moment and holding ourselves with genuine compassion and love in this tender time through all that is happening. And let us take a moment to breathe in and let it go as we hold whatever unspoken joys, sorrows, concerns, hopes and dreams that your neighbors around you have, those in this community. For we hold each other with love, and none of us is alone. Amen. Today we're going to do a musical meditation. There are words on the screen if you feel like singing along, and if you don't, that's fine too. This is our time to connect with the earth and with life and with all the ways that we are part of the earth. So settle into feeling your feet on the ground as you breathe in, and as you exhale, sending that down into the earth like roots down into the ground. Breathing in and sending that energy down into the ground through your feet. Really tuning into how the earth is your body, your bones, the minerals. The earth is within each and every one of us. The water is our blood, running through our veins, keeping us alive. And the air is our breath, with each breath granting us life for another breath. And fire, that spark, the thousands, millions of tiny electrical sparks flying around your body with every thought, with every beat of your heart. That mysterious energy that is life. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit, earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit, earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. For the sound of the river as it flows across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it flows across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. Put your roots down, put your feet on the ground. You can hear the earth sing if you listen. For the sound of the river as it moves across the stones is the same sound as the blood in your body as it moves across your bones. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening? My body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. My body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. I love this time of year. I love Thanksgiving. I love cooking and hanging out with family. It's one of my favorite times. But it always makes me feel a little uncomfortable because of the myth that it is based on. Somehow that the colonists and the native people were friends and were happy together. I think the native people would have loved it if that was the case, but that is not at all what the colonists ever had in mind. The colonists were quick to break their treaties, and they turned on native people before and after this harvest feast of 1621. They began wiping out entire villages and taking their lands just 2 years later. So this is something to grieve, not celebrate. It's been 400 years, but the colonial white supremacy frame of mind continues to shape the dominant perspective of our culture today. I think it's changing though. But we see it in attitudes around climate change, racism, mass food production, as we learned this summer, fast fashion, and so much more. This way of being has brought a deep imbalance in our world, and it is clear to me that this way of thinking and being in the world will never bring about the change that we need to see to save the world. As Einstein reminds us, our thinking needs to change first. The author and, Robin Wall Kimmerer is a Native American botanist, author, and American Distinguished Teaching Professor of Environmental and Forest Biology. I know many of you are familiar with her book, Braiding Sweetgrass, where she speaks of the persecution her people faced and their different frame of mind for how they approach life. She says, children, language, lands, almost everything was stripped away, stolen when you weren't looking because you were trying to stay alive. In the face of such loss, one thing our people could not surrender was the meaning of the land. In the settler mind, land was property, real estate, capital, or natural resources. But to our people, it was everything. Identity, the connection to our ancestors, the home of our non-human kinfolk, our pharmacy, our library, the source of all that sustained us. Our lands were where our responsibility to the world was enacted, sacred ground. It belonged to itself. It was a gift, not a commodity, so it could never be bought or sold. These are the meanings people took with them when they were forced from their ancient homelands to new places. So every Thanksgiving, I have to say, I lament the opportunity that the colonists had to adopt this healthier perspective that acknowledges the close relation to all of life. But they too were entrenched in their manifest destiny perspective. And yet, that story is the past. It does not have to be the future. It is up to us here in this 21st century to shift that destructive frame of mind. And in many ways, I see it as one of the great spiritual tasks we are called to do, especially as Unitarian Universalists. Robin Wall Kimmerer again explains, and I have to say, when she says person, she is talking about not just humans. Each person, human or no, is bound to every other in a reciprocal relationship. Just as all beings have a duty to me, I have a duty to them. If an animal gives its life to feed me, in turn, I am bound to support its life. If I receive a stream's gift of pure water, then I am responsible for returning a gift in kind. An integral part of human education is to know those duties and how to perform them. And she goes on to say, action on behalf of life transforms because the relationship between the self and the world is reciprocal. So action on behalf of life, anything that we can do on behalf of life, transforms because the relationship between the self and the world is reciprocal. As we work to heal the earth heals us. As we work to heal the earth heals us. I have experienced this. Have you? I think that's why I love working in my garden. Anyhow, as I consider these words, it occurs to me that we also have a reciprocal relationship with Native people and a responsibility to engage in reconciliation and healing with them. When I joined 600 plus clergy from all over the world at the Standing Rock pipeline protests, I saw firsthand the continuation of utter disregard and the harm our government and corporations regularly inflict on Indigenous people. In July of 2019, I received a phone call from an organization called the Teepee Raisers, a nonprofit led by Native and non-Native leaders working together. Around 25 Native and non-Native people were traveling on horseback from Sedalia, which is just south of Denver, to Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in order to bring awareness and understanding to Native ways and to raise whatever funds they could to help pay for the work that they do. This was called the Lakota Ride, and their usual place to stop was not available this year. So could they have a dinner with us and a small powwow to share their mission and their gratitude? Well, heck yeah, of course. So about 50 people from the Boulder Unitarian Universalist congregation provided a delicious meal for everyone, and then we all enjoyed getting to know each other. Then they had a sacred ceremony to give thanks for the food and the safe ride and for their new friends. Their website states, "At the Teepee Raisers, we engage youth and volunteers to address conditions of poverty, amplify indigenous wisdom, and create unique opportunities for reconciliation in direct partnership with our relatives in Native communities. We are a community who believes that the wisdom of indigenous people from around the world can benefit the earth and all of humanity at this critical time on this planet. This belief informs our decision and shapes our approach aimed at alleviating poverty in the Native communities within which we work." This began a strong bond between our two organizations. Pine Ridge, if you don't already know, is the poorest place in the entire US. Did you know that? Some of you did, yeah. There's another place in Mississippi that is, sometimes they trade off as being the poorest in the world, in the nation. Yeah. So we were shocked when we went there to visit them in November. I think I might have cut that little part out of my story. So let me add that in. So in November, after they came in July, we organized 9 entire families to travel down there, ages 5, our youngest was 5, and our oldest was 81. So we had about 27 people. And we went to Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, I should say up there, in South Dakota, to help them rebuild after a lot of destructive storms and just help them out. So we were shocked when we got there by their living conditions. And so we began working with the Teepee Raisers to help winterize homes, chop and deliver firewood, and prepare for a brutal South Dakota winter. We organized truckloads of donations that we brought from the Boulder community. We repaired roofs and covered windows with plastic. We were even building windows, and we had this cool machine that could turn a log into planks of wood. You probably know what that's called. I'm forgetting. Anyhow, I had never seen one before. It was pretty amazing. So we worked side by side really hard for 4 days with Native, and we were working next to being led by Native leaders side by side who always told us what to do. And they also had stories for us all the time. They were sharing wisdom and stories. We drove all around the res making deliveries of all kinds and of supplies and food. I thought it'd be fun for you to see some pictures while we're going here. I especially like the one where the kids are doing the dishes. Yeah. They were rather shocked that they didn't get to be the first in line to eat and then just go play whenever they wanted. They had a lot of responsibilities too, and it was doing the dishes was one of them all the time. They're like, what? It was good. Well, we spent the evenings listening to stories of life on the res and getting to know the people. And I just can't tell you what a powerful transformational experience it was for all of us. One 16-year-old boy, who I have to say was a bit of a troublemaker, found purpose and meaning in his life for the very first time. And he goes on every single trip. And we started organizing trips every 6 months because it was such a powerful experience. And he came back a different young man. He's been on numerous trips since and is dedicated to making a difference in other people's lives, where before he was very self-centered, only wanted to play on his devices. This was a device-free event, by the way. I found it challenging. One of their indigenous wisdom keepers, Basil Braveheart, says, when a society loses the sacred, when everything has a monetary value, the commoditization of the human life cannibalizes itself. Yeah, he's got a good point. When every society loses the sacred, when everything has a monetary value, the commoditization of human life cannibalizes itself. We see this playing out every day, and I think our youth are the hardest hit. And I think this young man I just told you about is an example. This is the new yet ancient understanding we need to let settle into our bones. And we need to do it as we work to heal those who have been so deeply harmed by our culture's misguided ways. The teepee raisers just moved their base camp, by the way, to Lafayette instead of Sedalia. So that's so much closer. So it is easy from here to pop down there and give them a hand with their work that they do. By the way, they are also the ones that are working with CSU to bring more bison to the res up in Pine Ridge. During the pandemic, they also expanded to working on the Navajo and Hopi reservations. Right now, they are beginning their drive to provide food and gifts for the holidays, and they could use our help, by the way, to gather donations and wrap presents. Anybody like wrapping presents? I kind of like wrapping presents. Yeah. There are even opportunities for us to deliver gifts and supplies to the reservations. So I don't know, what do you think? I wanted to present this to you. Are you ready to join me in bringing Namakwa love to these beautiful people who live in the poorest place in the United States? As poor as they are, as harmed as they have been from our culture. Oh, sorry, I just remembered the stories that they told us about Wounded Knee and being at Wounded Knee. That is so hard. Many continue to live in deep relationship with the earth and with all of life. We have much to learn from them and to truly understand the meaning of Thanksgiving, which is a new and yet ancient way of life. So I close with a brief excerpt from the Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving address found in the book Braiding Sweetgrass. I encourage you to read the entire thing, but we don't have time to share the whole thing today. Kind of squeaking in there. The waters. Let's start with the earth. The earth mother. We are all thankful to our mother, the earth, for she gives us all that we need for life. She supports our feet as we walk about upon her. It gives us joy that she continues to care for us as she has from the very beginning of time. To our mother, we send greeting and thanks. Now our minds are one. It is in that reciprocal relationship now our minds are one. We give thanks to all the waters of the world for quenching our thirst and providing us strength. Water is life. We know its power in many forms: waterfalls and rain, mists and streams, rivers and oceans. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to the Spirit of water. Will you join with me on that? With your mind. In one mind, we send greetings and thanks to the Spirit of water. Now our minds are one. You can say that with me. Now our minds are one. We are all thankful for the powers we know as the four winds. We hear their voices in the moving air and as they refresh us and purify the air that we breathe. They help us bring the change of seasons. From the four directions they come, bringing us messages and giving us strength. With one mind, we send our greeting and our thanks to the four winds. Now our minds are one. We now send greeting and thanks to our eldest brother, the sun. Each day, without fail, he travels across the sky from east to west, bringing the light of a new day. He is the source of all the fires of life. With one mind, we send greeting and thanks to our brother, the sun. Now our minds are one. We have now arrived at the place where we end our words. Of all the things that we have named, it is not our intention to leave anything out. If something was forgotten, we leave it to each individual to send such greetings and thanks in their own way. Now our minds are one. I invite us now to rise in body or spirit and join together in singing Blue Boat Home that celebrates the earth that we are on. That we are. We're not just on it. We are it, a part of it. share with you one last quote by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Even a wounded world is feeding us. Even a wounded world holds us, gives us moments of wonder and joy. I choose joy over despair. Not because I have my head in the sand, but because joy is what the earth gives me daily, and I must return the gift. Yes, let us return the gift, living in joy amidst all that happens in our lives. Go in peace, go in love, and spread the joy. May it be so. Thank you. Okay, thanks.
They may want to sign the membership book. I'll pay the fire.
Okay. Okay, great. Hey, wonderful. Oh, great. Robin's in the class too? So cool.
She was in that class.